Welcome to the course on Introduction to Flipped Classroom. And the goals of this lecture are the learning objectives. We want to understand why you may want to flip your classroom. Activities, the video lecture is paused at specific places to conduct active reading assignments and so on. What that means is there will be places in this video that you will have to pause, and then you have to complete an activity that will allow you to understand what flipped learning is. We'll have a short quiz on flipped learning at the end of this unit, and then you will have to write a summary report as a document or video and upload it to Salon to earn your first badge. So why flipped learning? Why flip a class? Now, most of you are familiar with this Bloom's taxonomy, where we spend most of the time understanding and remembering. So most of our time in classroom is spent on delivering information and allowing our students to remember this information. We spend little time on creation, evaluation, analysis, and applications. So what we like to do with the flipped classroom is to make this triangle upside down. So we need to have more time on creation, evaluation, and analysis and applications, and less time on understanding and remembering. Now, the fact is that because there are so many sites now, the Google, YouTube, Wikipedia, that students can easily find information. In some cases, they don't even need to remember these things. You may disagree with that, but the fact is that the information is available at your fingertips. And so we need to make use of that, the ability of the internet to provide us with information as needed, and then we can spend more time on things that are important, and application of that knowledge as creation of objects, evaluations, and other things in class, so we can make our class much more interesting and engaging for the current students. So what is a flipped classroom? So the flipped classroom referred to a model. So a flipped classroom referred to a model of learning that rearranges how the time is spent both in and out of class. Now, so out of class, students may be reading documents or watching videos either as a group or individually, and in class you spend the analytics that are collected from those activities out of class at home to have more discussions and more collaboration among students in class. So the ownership of learning actually shift from teacher to the student. So the teacher provides the guidance and information and point the student to resources, and the student is the one to discover knowledge and apply that knowledge with the assistance from the teacher. So teacher essentially becomes turned from a lecturer who deliver information that the students can find online to a person who can facilitate the conversations in the classroom. So how do we do that? So how do you flip a classroom? Now, one thing we have to understand is if you look at any literature on flipping a class, there is no single model of flipping a class. Now, the flipping a class take time. You discover how to flip your own class and what works for you based on the student population you have and your teaching style. So there's no menu that tells you how to flip a classroom. You figure it out as you go. But one thing is very important is that you must be willing to adapt and change very, very quickly. And this is some of the things that we want students to do, that change quickly because the world is changing quickly. And you must be able to practice the same things yourself. So as a teacher, we must be able to adapt and change quickly and use our experience and knowledge to guide the students through better educational outcomes. But I also believe that the flipping is a great model for the students, although we may spend a little bit more time flipping a classroom. I think it's really great for students, and over time I'm assuming that we'll be able to amortize that time and make it more efficient, and you can have the same amount of time with a better classroom experience for your students. So the benefits of flipping a classroom are very, very simple. What are the benefits of a flipped classroom? Now, the class time, which is at a premium, so we got 45 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes for us to talk about things, and we can, with a flipped classroom, we can have more interaction and problem solving opportunities in the class as opposed to passive lectures. So the passive lectures are now done outside of the class in video or other forms. So flipped classrooms don't have to be videos. Videos are one form of media that allows you to deliver flipped lectures, but you can also have students read documents or textbooks or any other forms of media to gather information. Now, you are there when students need you. This is very beneficial to the students because you're in class helping them work through problems, because you're no longer sitting in front of the class and delivering a lecture for 40 minutes. You're actually going around and helping them. But it doesn't mean that you have to give up your lecture time completely. You can still have 15-20 minutes of lecture or lectures in between, and you can structure your classroom anytime, any way you like. Now, you're also there when the students, the most difficult time, which is application of the knowledge that they have acquired. So, because they did the lecture outside of the class, now they can spend more time solving a problem in the class and talking to you or other students and learning a lot more in class rather than just listening to a passive lecture and taking notes. So more benefits of a flipped classroom. Students can watch the videos or read material at their own pace. And you can rewind a video, watch it again and again until they understand. That's the benefit of having a video. And also mark places, so comment on places in the video or readings prior to the class. So before they come into class, you want to know what part of the video, what part of the readings that they had trouble with, which is actually a feature of Classroom Salon, which we use the Classroom Salon platform to gain this advantage of tracking the student work and finding out prior to the class where we need to focus on. Now, you can also find others in the class who may have the same problems. So if a student is having trouble with a specific frame of a video or part of the text, using the Classroom Salon tools, they'll be able to highlight those places. And then, because Classroom Salon aggregates all that data, they'll be able to actually see all the things that everyone is having trouble with. Personalization is also an important part of flipped classroom, because flipped classroom may be the model that allows us to personalize education. We've been talking that for a while to each individual students, because in a flipped classroom, if you can collect good analytics, that means what students are doing, where they are having trouble, then we can find out which students are way ahead of other students, the top 25%, let's call it. Students who are doing fine, middle 50%, they're going to pass the course. And the students who are struggling, let's say the lower 25% of the students. So struggling students, we can find that may be the ideal place, because we are there to help them when they struggle. They no longer have to work with homework at home, because all they are doing is watching the videos and reading the material and marking up where they are having trouble. So when they come to class, we'll be able to help them with the kind of questions they have. So we can use the Classroom Salon analytics to find which students are having trouble, why they're having trouble. Is it the lack of motivation or lack of mastery of prior knowledge? All of these analytics can be gathered from the Salon exercises. So as teachers, what we need to do is to re-engage them in your class. The top students in a flipped classroom is also a great place because we can allow them to do creative work because they have already done the work that are necessary. We can put them to help other students. It's up to you how you do that. Or you can ask them to make their own classroom material, maybe a video of a topic that with a different explanation than the instructor, and then share that with other students through Classroom Salon. So we'll go to the next activity next. At this point, you can pause the video and watch the video on the right-hand side. There's an activity icon on the right-hand side. You can click on that icon to do that activity. So here's how the activity works. You have been watching a video here, and you click on this link here, either here or here, and it takes you to a video that you're supposed to be watching. Now this is a short 3-minute video that you can watch, and as you watch this video, let's assume that you have in this place, and you will make a comment about this video and also choose one of the tags. It is a discussion point for you, and your comment will reflect that, and then you save it. When you click on the save, it will appear in this list of things. Or you could respond to one of the questions that are raised by clicking on the reply icon and typing the answer here. Now keep in mind that you'll be doing this activity on your own, and once all this is done, we'll open up and look at the dashboard of all the activities that are done by all the others in our salon. Good luck.